The world begins in mist. Here, on the Rio Negro, dawn does not arrive, it seeps into existence. A cool white veil hangs low over the dark water, obscuring the line between river and sky. The air is heavy with the breath of the rainforest, a damp, earthy perfume that has existed for millennia. From the unseen canopy, a sound emerges. It is not one sound, but a symphony of a million tiny lives stirring. A lone bird calls out, its cry sharp and clear, slicing through the quiet hum of insects. The river itself is a vast, silent mirror, reflecting the pale light that slowly bleeds into the sky. It is a world waking up in slow motion, ancient and profoundly peaceful. As the sun climbs, its first rays pierce the mist. They are like golden spears, striking the water and shattering the darkness. The river's surface begins to shimmer, transforming from inky black to a deep flowing brown, the color of rich earth. Far in the distance, the jungle reveals itself. It is not merely a wall of trees, but a tapestry of infinite greens. Every shade imaginable is present, from the bright lime of new growth to the deep, almost black, of the ancient hardwoods. The scale of it is difficult to comprehend. It stretches to every horizon, a living, breathing entity that dwarfs everything within it. Here, one feels impossibly small, a temporary visitor in a kingdom that operates on a geological timescale. Then, movement. A pod of pink river dolphins breaks the surface, their smooth, pale bodies arcing gracefully through the water. They move with a dreamlike slowness, their breaths little puffs of vapor in the cool morning air. They are not performing, they are simply existing, part of this intricate web of life. A caiman, still as a fallen log, lies half submerged near the bank, its eyes ancient and unblinking. It watches the world with a patience that only a predator can possess. Every ripple, every rustle of leaves in the canopy tells a story of survival, of the endless silent drama that unfolds here, hour after hour, day after day. The current pulls our small boat forward, a gentle but insistent force. The river is the lifeblood of this entire world. It is the highway, the provider, the source of all things. Its power is immense yet subtle, a constant presence that shapes the land and dictates the rhythm of life for every creature that depends on it. The air grows warmer now, the mist finally surrendering to the strengthening sun. The full majesty of the Amazon is laid bare. It is a landscape of breathtaking beauty and raw, untamed power. A place that commands respect and a quiet sense of wonder, for it holds the very secrets of life itself. If you've enjoyed this journey into the heart of the Amazon, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more stories from the world's wildest places. Join us as we continue to explore the wonders and mysteries of our planet. As we motor down a tributary, the vast wilderness begins to change. The transition is subtle at first. The unbroken wall of green is punctuated by the first signs of human settlement, but this is not a settlement on solid ground. Here, on the outskirts of Manaus, a different kind of city emerges from the water. It is a floating slum, a sprawling community built not on earth, but on the river itself. Houses, cobbled together from salvaged wood and sheets of corrugated tin, rest precariously on massive logs or buoyant rafts of plastic barrels. They rise and fall with the river's gentle swell, a testament to human ingenuity in the face of impossible circumstances. The scale of it is astonishing. Hundreds of homes are tethered to one another, forming a complex network of floating walkways and makeshift islands. There are no streets, only narrow channels of water between the dwellings. Small hand-paddled canoes are the family cars here, navigating the watery lanes with practiced ease. Each home is a marvel of resourcefulness. Walls are made of mismatched planks, roofs patched with tarpaulins, and windows are simple, open squares cut into the wood. It is a fragile world, a city built on water, constantly adapting to the river's whims. This is not a place of permanence, but one of constant, fluid existence. The closer we get, the more details come into focus. A woman washes clothes in a bucket, her hands dipping into the same brown water that supports her home. Children play on a floating porch, their laughter echoing across the water, seemingly oblivious to the precariousness of their playground. There are no gardens, no yards, only the river. Yet, life persists. Small pots with herbs or a single blooming flower are tied to railings, tiny splashes of color in a world of weathered wood and murky water. These small acts of cultivation speak volumes. They are declarations of hope, of the human desire to create beauty and life, even in the most challenging of environments. The entire community is a living organism, interconnected and interdependent. A neighbor passes a borrowed tool from one floating porch to another. A fisherman glides by in his canoe, holding up his catch for others to see. There is a sense of shared destiny here, a community forged by necessity and bound by the river. The structures themselves may be fragile, but the social fabric feels immensely strong. This is a city that breathes with the river, its foundations not made of concrete, but of resilience and the unbreakable will to survive against the odds. It is a place of profound struggle, yet also one of undeniable human spirit. To truly understand this place, one must experience it with every sense. The air carries a complex and powerful blend of odors. The dominant scent is that of the river itself, an earthy, damp smell, rich with silt and decaying vegetation. It is the smell of life and death, the constant cycle of the Amazon. Woven into this is the sharp, acrid smell of wood smoke from cooking fires. It drifts from the open doorways of the floating homes, a sign that despite the lack of electricity, families are preparing their daily meals. It is the smell of domesticity, a comforting aroma that anchors the community in a sense of normalcy. The sounds are just as layered and immersive. The gentle lapping of water against the wooden hulls of the homes is a constant rhythmic percussion. It is the heartbeat of the floating slum. Above this, the sounds of human life ring out. Voices carry easily across the water, a mother calling to her child, men talking as they repair a fishing net, the distant buzz of a small motorboat. And beneath it all, the jungle is never truly silent. The hum of insects is a continuous drone, and from the far-off banks, the occasional cry of a monkey or the squawk of a parrot reminds you that this human world is an island in a vast, wild sea. Touch is a language of survival here, the feel of a weathered wooden plank underfoot, worn smooth by countless footsteps, the dampness that clings to your clothes, a constant reminder of the humidity, the texture of a rough-hewn paddle, fitting perfectly into the palm of a hand that has used it for years. When a child looks at you, their gaze is direct and unflinching. In their eyes, you see a wisdom beyond their years, a quiet understanding of the world they inhabit. There is no artifice, only a raw and honest presence. It is a look that communicates both vulnerability and a deep, unspoken strength. Even the taste of the air is distinct. It is thick and humid, a mixture of water vapor, smoke, and the faint metallic tang of the river. When the wind shifts, it can carry the smell of frying fish, a simple yet delicious promise of a meal to come. Every sensory input tells a story of this place. It speaks of the intimate connection between the people and the river, an unbreakable bond of dependence. This is not a life lived at a distance from nature. It is a life lived within it, where every smell, sound, and sensation is a vital piece of information, a clue to survival in the floating shadows of the Amazon. The challenges faced by the residents of this floating community are immense. The most fundamental necessities of modern life are conspicuously absent. There is no electrical grid here. When darkness falls, it is absolute, broken only by the soft glow of a candle or the flickering flame of a kerosene lamp. The night transforms the slum into a place of deep shadows and hushed sounds, where the jungle feels closer, its unseen inhabitants more present. Daily chores that are simple on land become Herculean tasks. Without refrigeration, food must be caught or acquired daily. The river is the larder, and a day of poor fishing can mean a day of hunger. Clean water is perhaps the greatest struggle. The very river that supports their homes is also the source of their water for washing, cooking, and, for many, drinking. It is a murky, brown current, carrying silt, human waste, and pollutants from the city of Manaus upstream. The risks of disease, are ever present. Yet the people have adapted. They collect rainwater when they can, in large plastic barrels and buckets, treasuring it like gold. They have learned which times of day the water is clearest, and they understand the river's currents. It is a dangerous paradox. The source of life is also a constant threat to it. Reliance on the river is total. It is the only way in and the only way out. Children learn to paddle a canoe before they learn to ride a bicycle. Fishermen spend their days on the water, their livelihoods dependent on their knowledge of the fish and the seasons. The river dictates the rhythm of their lives. During the rainy season, when the water level rises, the entire community rises with it. Homes must be retethered, walkways adjusted. During the dry season, as the water recedes, parts of the slum may rest on the muddy riverbed, creating a whole new set of challenges. Life here requires constant vigilance and adaptation. Despite these profound hardships, there is an incredible sense of normalcy. Children have devised games that can be played on the narrow confines of a floating porch. Neighbors gather to share stories, their voices a comforting presence in the quiet evenings. There is a structure to the day, a routine built around the rising and setting of the sun and the needs of the family. It is a life stripped down to its essentials: shelter, food, and community. The struggle is etched on the faces of the adults, but in their movements, there is also a quiet dignity, a grace that comes from navigating a life of constant uncertainty with resolve. In this floating world, survival is a quiet form of heroism, practiced every single day. The heroes are not celebrated with medals or monuments. They are the mothers, fathers, and elders who navigate this challenging existence with unwavering determination. Consider the fisherman, who rises before the sun. He ventures out in his small, unstable canoe, armed only with a net and a lifetime of knowledge passed down through generations. He knows the secret places where the fish hide. He understands the subtle shifts in the current. His success is not guaranteed, but his effort is. He is a silent hunter, battling not just the river, but the odds themselves. Then there is the mother, the heart of the floating home. Her domain is a small, cramped space, yet she transforms it into a sanctuary. She manages the scarce resources with incredible skill. She knows how to make a small catch of fish feed her entire family. She is the keeper of the rainwater, rationing it carefully for drinking and cooking. She tends to the sick with traditional remedies learned from her own mother, herbs gathered from the riverbank. Her work is endless, her vigilance constant. In her loving care, she provides not just sustenance, but also a sense of stability and hope in a world that is anything but stable. Suspense is not found in dramatic events, but in the quiet, daily uncertainties. Will the rain come to replenish the water barrels? Will the day's fishing be enough? Will the river rise too quickly tonight? The people of the slum live with this tension constantly. They have learned to read the sky, the water, and the wind, searching for clues about what the day might bring. Their survival depends on this intimate, almost intuitive connection with their environment. They have adapted not by conquering nature, but by listening to it, respecting its power, and moving in harmony with its rhythms. Hope is a powerful undercurrent here. It is visible in the school books a child carefully protects from the damp, a symbol of a brighter future. It is heard in the songs people sing as they work, their melodies floating over the water. It is seen in the careful construction of a new floating home, an investment in a future that is still being written. The people here are not defined by their poverty. They are defined by their resilience. They are survivors who have built a life, a community, and a culture on the shifting surface of the Amazon River, demonstrating a strength of spirit that is as vast and profound as the river itself. Leaving the floating slum, our boat moves back into the main channel of the Rio Negro. The sounds of the community fade behind us, replaced once more by the immense quiet of the jungle. The weathered wooden homes shrink in the distance, eventually becoming indistinguishable from the debris that floats along the river's edge. The experience leaves a profound and lasting impression, a mixture of sorrow for the hardship and deep admiration for the human spirit. It is a stark reminder that for millions of people, survival is not an abstract concept, but a daily tangible reality. a life lived on the very edge of existence. One cannot help but see the beauty that coexists with the struggle. The sight of a sunrise turning the water to liquid gold, even as it illuminates a world without basic amenities. The iridescent flash of a kingfisher as it dives for a fish near a home built on salvaged planks. The deep verdant green of the jungle, a symbol of life's tenacity, framing a community that embodies that same quality. Nature here is not a gentle, benevolent force. It is powerful, indifferent, and demanding. Yet, it also provides. The river that threatens is the same river that feeds, a paradox that lies at the heart of life in the Amazon. This journey reveals a fundamental truth about humanity. We are an adaptable species. We find ways to endure, to create, to build communities in the most unlikely and unforgiving of places. The people of the floating slum have not been broken by their circumstances. They have been shaped by them. They have developed a resilience that is as flexible and as persistent as the river itself. They possess a deep, practical wisdom that cannot be learned in books, a knowledge born from an intimate daily dance with the natural world. Their lives are a powerful testament to the will to live and the capacity to find hope in the shadows. As the sun begins to set, casting a warm orange glow across the water, the river becomes a mirror once more. It reflects the sky, the jungle, and for a moment, my own face. In that reflection, I see not just a visitor, but a witness to something extraordinary. A witness to the quiet heroism of everyday life, to the unbreakable bond between people and place, and to the enduring power of the human spirit to carve out a home and a life amidst the floating shadows of the great Amazon. It is a humbling and unforgettable lesson on what it truly means to survive.